Om Sri Aurobindo Mira, open my mind, my heart, my life to your light, your love, your power. In all things may I see the divine. Om Sri Aurobindo Mira is my refuge. Namaste, good morning, Vande Matram, welcome all of you. The topic we are going to discuss today in this glorious morning is on God touch. It's a beautiful morning, and the topic is exactly more sweeter, that is on God touch. So, this topic we are going to discuss from Savitri, Sri Aurobindo's great epic, the greatest of the world in English literature, the magnum opus of Sri Aurobindo, Savitri. We are going to discuss on God touch. All can be done if the God touch is there. So, to begin with, these three lines we will try to quote. And all that was destroyed must be revealed. All that was destroyed must be revealed, and the old experience levered out once more. All can be done if the God touch is there. Very fantastic wordings, and it is the 100%, the surest assurance that Sri Aurobindo has provided. It is not a guess, it is not a promise, it is to be done. That is 100% with a certainty. Sri Aurobindo assures us all can be done if the God touch is there. The condition is God touch, and we know this God touch is there for this great, wonderful event that is going to happen, and that is about the new creation. Sri Aurobindo quotes of. Okay, we'll start from the beginning. We'll start. It was the hour before the gods awake. So much wonderful line. The line of the line from where the new creation is about to start. And this is also not an easy line. It is also very much confusing. It is actually a puzzling line. This is very oft questioned line. Most often, I don't know how many thousands people who are actually pursuing this Savitri Sadhana, Savitri Swadhyaya, those who are interested in their research and development, they have their queries. This first line, I think, in thousands of times I have faced. Almost every day, this question is oft questioned. It was the hour before the gods awake. The contrariety is there, capital G, God is capital G, and we know God is one and unique, only one, but here that is a plural, gods. And second one, the last word is awake. Awake means it is opposite, is asleep. So that is very contradictory thing. The gods plural capital with capital G, and awake means is in the asleep, sleeping position. And it was the hour, it was one, then next one is hour, the hour, then third one is before, fourth one is God, and fifth one is, if we can be able to differentiate, then it is awake. So five parts of this sentence are first in it was the hour, third is before, fourth is the gods, then last at the end it is awake. So these gods, Sri Aurobindo quotes of the gods who are in the charge of the supramental manifestation, not the original creation or original thing what is there to be happen. It is not about the ordinary what we see the surface, but it is of the supramental manifestation, those gods who are in their charge. Awake means opposite is asleep. It is not the sleep when we are physically sleeping. This is the state of self-absorption and trance. From that condition, from that trance, this awakening of the gods, it is taking place. The emergency is taking place because it is not the ordinary creation which has to be going to be formulated, going to take place, but it is about all about supramental manifestation, supramental world. Then Sri Aurobindo quotes, across the path of the divine event, the event what is going to happen, that is a divine event, across that path, the huge forwarding mind of night alone. Interesting, really. The huge, Forbidding mind of night is there now. It has to be transformed into the mind of light, that is huge and forbidding, alone in her only temple of eternity. Just describe the how the contrariety has been expressed here. God's awake. Then the path of the divine event, something is going to that. That event is actually purely divine event. Huge forbidding mind of night. The description is mind of night, alone in her only temple of eternity, and it is unlit. Lay stretched immobile upon silence merge. The merge is silence, and that is a capital S. Lay stretched, getting stretched. Lie, it is a plural. Past tense is lay stretched immobile upon silence merge. Almost one felt in that position. If somebody is standing, if it is having the idea, he is supposed standing present there, almost one felt in that position, opaque, impenetrable, nothing can be done, because all is darkness, all is contrariety, nothing is there, only avidya ugyan, that is filled, only grayness is opaque, can't be penetrated, impenetrable. In the somber symbol of her eyeless muse, the abysms of the unbodied infinity. So just imagine the abyss of the infinity, but actually it is unbodied infinity. Then beautiful line comes. A fathomless zero occupied the world. World was there, there was somehow existence was there. But how, what was it? A fathomless zero, fathom, that depth you can't measure. Fathomless zero, zero but fathom, it is fathomless, you can't measure, you can't gauge. Occupied the world. A power of fallen boundless self awake between the past and the last nothingness, superconscient and inconscient, between those past and the last nothingness. Past it was in the upper hemisphere, it was superconscient in the here, it is actually inconscience. A power of fallen boundless self, boundlessness but self, boundless self but fallen, between the past and the last nothingness, recalling the tenebrous womb from which it came, just there is a recall. It was slipping. When there is a point of emergence or awakening, there comes the point of recalling. Recalling the tenebrous home from which it came, turned from the insoluble mystery of birth. The birth, mystery of birth, and it is insoluble. What is the purpose? Why it is coming? Why it is taking again and again? What is the purpose? Nothing has been solved. It is insoluble mystery of birth. And the tardy process of mortality. Mortality is a slow process, tardy process. Things are going, it is happening, natural process, soul is choosing, the purpose is yet to known. Punarapi janamam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare sayanam. Again birth, again death, once again return to the mother's womb. These are the, technically, these are the things happening since time immemorial, and longed to reach its end in vacant knot. The knot is vacant knot, and longed. There is a recalling, and then there is a longing to reach the end in vacant knot. As in a dark beginning of all things, a mute, featureless semblance of the unknown, repeating forever the unconscious act. Initially, the act is there, but thing is that it is actually unconscious. It is recalling unconscious act. Initially, it has started. It is all our unconscious act. Prolonging forever the unseen will, unconscious act, then prolonging, longing for the unseen will that can be seen, that is unseen will. Cradled the cosmic dross of ignorant force, whose moved creative slumber kindles the sun. Everything is dark. Everything is actually, there is a probability, only on probability things are moving. So there also that possibility of probability is there. Whose moved creative slumber, that creative slumber, and kindles the sun, and carries our lives in its somnambulist will. That will, initially it is used, cradled, and somnambulist will that carries. Then athwart the vain enormous trance of space in formless stupor without mind or life. Nothing has been developed. Mind or life, the involution, it is the matter is the last. Mind, life, and the body, matter. So in formless stupor without mind or life, nothing has been created. It has to be emerged, it has to be created. A shadow spinning through a soulless void. No mind, no life, no body, it is not, there is no light, only a soulless void. Thrown back once more into unthinking dreams. thrown back once more. Something has to come. There is a repetition, there is a prolongation, there is a, of course, recalling, repeating. So, into the unthinking dreams, earth wheeled abandoned on the hollow gulfs. There is a abandonment. There is, of course, there is a change about hollow gulfs. Forgetful of her spirit and her fate, without forgetful of her spirit and her fate. The impassive skies were neutral, empty, still. There is, of course, the wheeling, and the skies were on the skies on the top. They were impassive, neutral, empty, still. When something in the inscrutable darkness, then something in the inscrutable darkness tired, a nameless moment, an unthought idea. It can be named unknown, in such insistent, dissatisfied, without an aim, something that wished but knew not how to come be. The materialization, it is almost a dream. It can't be. No, nothing was there, but still there is one urge. There is one aim, but actually purpose. How to solve it? It is not yet known. Teach the inconscient to wake ignorance. It is teaching that willingness is teaching the inconscient to wake ignorance. That is the first step. A throw that came and left a quivering trace is that throw is there. Pain is there in the mother's womb and left a quivering trace, gave room for an old tired want unfilled. There is a will, there is a tired, the old tired horns, and there was actually unfulfilled desire. It has to come out. At peace in its subconscious moonless cave to raise its head and look for absent light. This was the thing it is going to happen. So, after a couple of lines, survivor of a slain and buried past, condemned to resume the effort and the pang. So, there was a chance, there was a repetition. Survivor of a slain and buried past, it was the past, it has been lost, forgotten. Condemned to resume the effort and the pang, reviving in another frustrated world. This world is gone, another world will start, and reviving in the another frustrated world. An unshaped consciousness desired light. There was a desire for the light. It has to, this darkness has to go. There is desire for light. And a blank prescience yearned towards distant change. Prescience towards a great change and towards a distant change. There is actually this unshaped consciousness. It desired light for this change, for this distant change and for this great change. There is this beautiful image Aurobindo used here, as if a childlike finger laid on the cheek reminded of the endless need in things, the heedless mother of the universe. You can imagine mother is sleeping, her small kid is there, as she got up, it was night, mother is in deep sleep. This kid's small fingers touching the mother's cheek, and mother is getting hurriedly, she gets up and finds the child is playing here and there and touching her cheek. Just imagine how was the season. This is reminding how the situation, the child is reminding of her endless need, heedless mother, to the heedless mother, the endless need in things. She has to get up and she has to do the daily work. An infant longing clutched the somber vast, insensibly somewhere a breach began. Then what happened? Like a vague smile tempting the desert heart, troubled the far rim of life's obscure sleep. There was a temptation to come out, to create. And Sri Aurobindo very interestingly two lines used. Arrived from some others from side of the boundlessness, an eye of deity peered through the dumb deeps. It is the rush. The eye of deity peered through the dumb deeps inside this ignorance, inside this false, inside this errors. It's something is there, it is teaching, it is touching. The torpor of a sick and weary world to seek for a spirit, soul and desolate, too fallen to recollect forgotten peace. It has to come out. It was the preserve. So before concluding, we see here in the course, a thought was sown in the unsounded void. A sense was born within the darkness depths. A memory quivered in the heart of thing. Thought was sown, sense was born, memory quivered. Then, as if a soul long dead were moved to live. So it has to be done. All can be done if the God is there.